Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Relix, and today we're just going to do a quick review of the LA Kings and Carolina Hurricanes game. It's one of those that, it's just like we had a chance to win. We did have a chance. Going into the game, I expected to lose, to be honest. As a Kings fan, I'd hate to say that, but it's true. Hurricanes are really strong. Not just on paper, they are a strong team to play against. They have a lot of good players on their side of the lineups compared to ours. Now, I'm not saying their team is a lot better. By far, we're all NHL teams, so it's pretty even matchup. But going into this game, as far as experience, I definitely think the Hurricanes take the edge, and they definitely showed up. From the start of the game, they were ready to play, and they played hard. They got a good lead, and they kept with it the entire game. We did make a comeback to make it 5-5 going to a shootout, where we went, I think it was 9 rounds, and we lost. But it was a good game. I'm just going to keep this one short just because I'm a little tired. It is pretty late. But I wanted to say, first of all, I do not blame Copley for this loss. I know you guys are probably going to say I just like Copley, and I'm probably not going to blame him for the loss. And no excuses. His stats don't look great. And he did let in the third goal himself. I don't deny that. That was a terrible goal. But he played pretty good considering the team as well as the way we played in front of him. The Kings did not play a good game. A lot of turnovers. Again, if you guys have been following these reviews, as you guys know, check the description. I do my usual best players, best lines, worst players, so on and so forth. So guys, be sure to check the description out for that information, for my opinion, of course. I'm not going to get into too much detail, but as far as players are concerned, Fiala should have been benched. Kevin Fiala was just like the worst player of the night, besides Matt Roy. It's just not their games. Fiala led to a lot of turnovers, including a shorthanded goal against, and I don't blame Copley for that at all. It's a breakaway. Nothing he can do about it. Matt Roy, 3 penalties tonight. Again, I used to praise him, saying he's the most stable defenseman, right? But today, everything just kind of fell apart for him. I expect him to be, right back to being the usual Matt Roy in the next game. But this game, he might even be worse than Fiala. Like, the worst player on the team today. It was just absolutely disastrous. Penalties left and right. No good defense. So it's unfortunate to see, but it is what it is. Luckily, we had some experience for the power play come up. Jordan Spence played the game. By the way, he changed his number to 21. He was 53 before. Again, he is the number 1 defenseman in Ontario, and he comes up and he quarterbacks the second unit. Second unit gets a power play goal for the Kings. And so from the get-go, I already knew he should have started on opening night with the Kings instead of Matt Roy playing the power play. So already, to my point, I was already right. And Spence did play a really strong game. He even got in on the overtime as well, in which he played a really good overtime. He knows what he's doing. He plays overtime over there. So good for Spence to step up and be a great player, even if he didn't get the best stats on the night. As far as forwards, good job for the fourth line. Again, getting on the forward check, making plays. Gavrikov got his first goal from a shot by Lizzie that I think it deflected off Lewis. And so, the fourth line doing work, Gavrikov doing pinches. Again, not the best game for all the defensemen combined. I did think Doughty played a good game. Spence played a good game. Engelland didn't get much time on ice, but man, when he did show up on the ice, he had some big hits. So that's really good. But overall, it wasn't a clean game by any means. And unfortunately, the Kings paid for it. You guys got 2 shorthanded against, and when we got 5 goals against in a single game, that's just not good. Especially if it's not like the overtime winner or a shootout winner. 5 goals against, that's just not good. Same thing for the Hurricanes. I'm pretty sure they're not happy that they got 5 goals against as well. Not to mention we made the comeback happen and push shootout. So we'll take the 1 point, but unfortunately that's 2 strong teams that we apparently can't compete against. The Avalanche being the first, and now the Hurricanes. That needs to turn around. And now that it's been 2 regular season games, Arthur Kaliyev will come back from suspension. So hopefully, him being back on the, I guess in this case now it's the third line of Fiala, Dubois, and then Kaliyev playing their wing. Hopefully it'll fix things, make chemistry better, because they were playing together during the preseason. Unfortunately, Arvidsson is on long-term injury reserve, and therefore he is no longer going to be playing for at least a couple months. Apparently, we heard it was a back surgery that's going to be needed, so it might even be longer, maybe even half a season. So we'll see what happens with that. But as far as like players standouts, I think Alex Laferriere, again, got the takedown fight in the first game. Great play. Today, he played amazingly. I thought he was one of our better players of the night. Kopitar, obviously, playing great game too. Unfortunately for Kempe, he couldn't get any ice to just skate, and get a good wrister or a good snapshot on. But he still played okay forecheck. I liked his back check today, though. It was really good back checking. I think he did break up one of the breakaways, or at least an automatic rush, by getting back. And he didn't take a penalty either on the play. So, good job for Kempe. Not the most offensive, but, you're going to have one of those days, right? You can't score every goal in the game. So, Kempe, good job back checking. Again, Byfield playing a good game too. So, that line's still being productive. But the nose line, a little lackluster. Could do a little better. So, overall, we had a chance to win. We really did. And unfortunately, we didn't really take it to the next level. And, it is what it is. I think the Hurricanes definitely played a stronger game all the way throughout the entire game. Penalties were called left and right for both teams, so it's not like it was like a bias referees for one or the other. It's just unfortunate that we couldn't score on our power play as efficiently as we would hope. And unfortunately, we got shorthanded goals against, so that needs to change. And I always say it: the power play setup for the Kings, it sucks. The drop pass in the neutral zone, it's terrible. And when Fiala is the drop pass receiver, he is literally the only player that's at the red line, and all 4 of your other Kings are at the offensive blue line. If he loses it, there's no one to back him up, and that's exactly what happened. He just mishandled the puck. Aho got a breakaway and scored. So he's got to either we got to fix that and have an extra guy, maybe like a 3-1-1 kind of setup, or you got to take the puck and walk it in, because I don't think the drop pass is any good. I think it's too hard to set up, and not to mention, teams know that Kings are going to do it, and so it's predictable at this point. But unfortunately, 2 shorthanded goals against this early in the season, it's just not going to look good, and the Kings need to fix that. So real quick, I'm just going to change over and look at some stats. So here's your overall stats for the LA Kings today. Again, nothing really big standouts here. Unfortunately, I am not happy about the Lizotte and Lewis ice time. Both getting less than 7 minutes. Again, you guys got to play Lizotte and Lewis. They are really good players. They're forechecking hard. They're winning faceoffs no less. I mean, Lewis only took 3, Lizotte took 4, but they can win faceoffs. You have to play them. Dubois can't win faceoffs, so don't play him in the faceoff dot. You have to play the 4th line. And unfortunately, the only time the 4th line ever really got time on ice was, like after the power play's over, or, during a PK. I don't think they really got many transitions, during the regular game. And which, as soon as the play stops and goes to a TV timeout, they're heading off the ice. And I'm like, they've only been out there for like 10 seconds. You got to keep them on. And unfortunately, we don't keep them on. So, they head off. You guys can see under the shift category, it had 16 shifts for Lewis, 17 for Lizotte. You should have a lot more time on ice if you're playing that many shifts. So, I'm not happy with that. Oh, sorry. I've been looking at the ESTOI. Time on ice, they still got under 10 minutes. Again, that still doesn't matter. They should be getting more time on ice in general, double digits at least. You got to balance out the lines. You have to balance out the lines. So my apologies for the mix-up there. But either way, you still have to balance out the lines because we have a strong forward core where you can roll all 4 lines and still be happy with the results. Unfortunately, it's the top end players that just didn't produce today as far as good passing, good plays. They in fact turned over the puck more than the 4th line did. And it's, again, we have to fix that. But overall, we had a chance to win. Like I said, we had a chance to win and we didn't take it. So, overall, it's not the worst thing to happen, but it could have been better. And I think the Kings need to do better, just clean up their own side of the ice, the neutral zone, their entries. I think they will be looking good going into the next game. In general, I'm not really upset that we lost. It's just disappointing to see that we're making a lot of mistakes, and hopefully we are getting these mistakes out early. Get them all out early. But it is hard to climb back up in the standings once you're down. So if we keep losing, we've lost now twice. I mean, we got a point out of this loss, but we've lost twice now, right? And all these other teams are winning. The Canucks won. The Oilers didn't win. So the Canucks won. The Golden Knights are winning. These Pacific teams are winning their games. They're going to just keep pushing us down. We have to win. We have to get these points now and not be at the bottom. Because if we stay at the bottom, you can't climb back out of the hole. And it's just tough. It's just tough to do, especially when we have situations where we don't even have Arvidsson anymore. He's one of our better players, right? One of our top 6. And without him, we need the young guys to step up and start scoring. And if you have to make call-ups, those young guys have to, come in and they have to score as well. Unfortunately, we're just not seeing the Kings pipeline work that way. And for a pipeline that was regarded as one of the best in the league a few years ago, it's gone down. It's unfortunately just whatever. And it's very disappointing to see that the Kings are not producing as many strong players as everyone hoped we would. The NHL was raving how good our pipeline was, but now our players are just coming in and just doing mediocre work, or we're trading them away. So overall, again, like I said, not the worst game, but it could have been cleaner, and hopefully we're getting the mistakes out right now, and then we're going to go into this next game against the Winnipeg Jets and hopefully get a win. It is one of those teams that they're struggling early, just like us, and hopefully we can come out on top. As far as goaltending, personally, I would play Copley again, but based on what just happened, I'm pretty sure we're going to go switching, so Talbot will most likely start. But as far as players involved, I would play the same players. Maybe switch Kaliev in, and I wouldn't want to say you would take Laferriere out, so take Anderson Dolan. Anderson Dolan loses his spot, and Grunstrom goes back to play with the bottom guys. But with Kaliev back, he can step in and hopefully play a good game. But we'll see. Overall, we need to improve a lot of things, and I think the Kings will hopefully do that. They have the time to do that. Just like they had time before from the Avalanche game to this game, they had time to clean up their mistakes, do some practice, look at footage, and hopefully they do that here too. And hopefully we can come out on top and beat the Jets. Because again, they're our central team, and even central teams, we need to beat them too. Because wild card spot looks like more like the spot we're going to aim for this year. But we'll see. We will see how the Kings react. But overall, like I said, it's not the worst. It could be better. So if you guys enjoy this, hit the like button. Comment down below what you guys thought. Do you guys agree? Do you guys disagree? Let me know what you guys think. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, as well as share the channel. Any little bit helps. But I'm always here if you guys want to talk about the games. If not, we'll just wait for the next one. But for now, that's all I have for today. Thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for more content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.